Hello everybody, Mike here. This is a follow-up video on the SFU gearboxes that I purchased from DOF Reality for my H3 rig. I have seen videos on the P series rig, but not too many on the H series rig showing what I want to show you guys. Okay, so I've had the rig together for about 3 weeks now, and there was a problem that I wasn't aware of when I got the boxes. It certainly wasn't explained to me from DOF Reality. I did see it in one of the videos, but that one was on a P series rig, not the H series rigs. So I really didn't get the gist of what was happening there. But one of the problems that came up was the other gearboxes. When you powered down the rig just sat still and there was never any problems. This rig, as I'm going to demonstrate here, when I power it down, now with the new boxes, you can see that the rig drops. You can also see that the rig didn't drop straight down, but it dropped to the right. That's because the button box is actually making that side a little bit heavier. And as I explained in the first video, the boxes weren't, one was really hard and one was really easy to turn. After I fixed everything, I got them pretty close, but they weren't exact. No matter what you do, you're never going to get them exact, so you could always suffer from a situation like this where if you have any imbalance in your rig, it's going to fall. Now obviously the rig is balanced with me in it, but when I'm not in it, I don't have my weight, so the rig is very front heavy, and this is what's going to happen. Now, it kind of went down reasonably slow. After you use it, it does fall a lot quicker than that. That's not really what bothers me so much. This, however, is that when I power it up, it's kind of a rather abrupt lift of the rig as the motors and gearboxes now want to zero out. The other problem, which is unique to me, is I have a trip screen set up, as you can see, but I also run in VR. Now I made my rig, my screen mount, so that I can slide it forward to the back of the wheelbase, so now I'm in better trip screen position. Obviously, when I shut it down, if the rig fell forward the way it did, that was going to be a major problem. So what I ended up doing was I made this little kickstand guy right here. Now before I explain what it does, I want to kind of put this out as a disclaimer that before you do or attempt anything like this, make sure that you test it so that in the event you forget to take your kickstand out of the way, that it's not going to damage the rig. This one will actually break away. You can't really see it too well, but it's only held on by 2 zip ties, one on each side. The tube that I used is rather thin, and I already tested this. I don't know if you can see this, but there's a scratch on the side of the rig. So I actually started the rig in motion with the kickstand still in place, and it did jump out of the way, although it scratched the rig like that, but there was no, it wasn't locking it out or anything like that. So if you do attempt or need anything like this, make sure you test it for user failure, let's say. So anyway, it's kind of a really neat thing. It's just a little bar that runs across. It was a round aluminum tube, and I machined some flat spots on it so I can just basically go like that, and it hits this part of the rail on both sides of the rig. And now when I power the rig down, it just sits right there, and it's perfect. I can get in the rig now. It really won't go anywhere. Anyway, just be aware that this is going to happen, and make sure that this isn't going to be a problem for you before purchasing them. And if you've already purchased them and know about the problem, well, you can see that there are ways that you can deal with it.